everyone, and welcome to the Peninsula Youth Orchestra Fall Concerts, brought to you virtually. I'm Jenny Yang Lin, Chair of the Board of Directors for the Peninsula Youth Orchestra. The current pandemic has brought unprecedented challenges for many of us, but in these times of uncertainty, the power of music is what brings us together. Although our concerts are being produced a little differently this year, PYO is still making incredible music. Today, you will hear from the Peninsula Young Artists under the direction of Sara, Salsbury, and the Peninsula Youth Orchestra under the direction of Sardou, Klein. I want to thank both our music directors, as well as the entire coaching staff, for their expertise and flexibility in finding new and creative ways to give an enriching experience to our musicians this season. I also want to thank Katie Sablinski and Phil Salisbury for their hard work and non-stop dedication. And we're also very grateful to all of you for your support and for joining us for this wonderful program. So sit back in the comfort of your own homes and enjoy the 2020 Peninsula Youth Orchestra Fall Concerts.
Welcome to the Peninsula Youth Orchestra Fall Virtual Concert Program. Our amazing young musicians have done a brilliant job adapting to the pandemic in school and in life in general. The Peninsula Youth Orchestra has been determined to provide a platform for continuing their musical growth as well. This fall, we've used Zoom meetings to examine Borodin's powerful Second Symphony, and it's given us a chance to do some different things like delving into score study and analysis, plus sectional rehearsals in the Zoom platform, and practice and performance of each member's part of the fourth movement of the Second Symphony. In this live stream virtual concert, you will hear not one but two performances of the finale of the Second Borodin Symphony, one recorded live at a PYO concert in 2015 will give you a sense of what we look like on stage in our usual formation. And then we'll conclude the program with the debut performance of the finale that the members of the orchestra have been working on all fall. The compilation video will conclude tonight's performance, and we hope you enjoy the concert. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Hello, I'm Sara Salsbury. As you know, the performing arts world came to a sudden stop last March. During the summer, the PYO board, staff, and coaches met via Zoom several times. We decided to move forward in the fall with the safest environment available to us, the virtual world of Zoom, for both rehearsals and performances. All of us spent hours online during the summer, attending seminars designed to bring us up to speed in time for our September start. We faced many challenges, including learning how to play together when you're not really together physically in the same room. We still have that challenge. We also realized that we need to have a lot of technical know-how and extra equipment to run these classes successfully via Zoom. At this time, I want to thank Katie Sablinski, who wears many PYO hats, such as producing the weekly e-news and answering your emailed questions. In our new online environment, she is also our super important rehearsal manager and technical wizard. She knows the secret of moving to breakout rooms. For me, even after a long career of youth orchestra work and music classes in public and private schools, teaching in the virtual environment has been the biggest challenge I have ever faced. I want to thank the PYO families for their belief and support of PYO at this time. And I want to thank my very talented and creative colleagues who are here every week sharing their knowledge and musicianship with our students as we move forward together. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce my coaching staff to you.
Hi, my name is Ashley, and I'm one of the violin coaches who's been working with the Monday night prep orchestras. I am so excited to see this come together. It has been absolutely amazing to work with everyone every week and get to do a lot of hard work in sectionals. So I see everybody's hard work paying off week after week. We've been able to talk practice strategies and discuss not just what sections need attention, but how to give them the attention that they deserve. And everyone has done such an incredible job on their videos, so I can't wait to see the final result, and I hope everybody enjoys it.
Hello everybody, my name is Andrew and I'm the lower strings coach for the Monday night orchestras as well as the bass coach for the senior orchestra. I would like to thank everybody for putting together very fine recordings for this first concert under some trying circumstances. I think we've all learned a lot about how to learn together and collaborate in a virtual environment. I think doing these recordings is immensely helpful to understanding our own playing and how to improve our own playing. And so I think doing this recording has been very beneficial. It's a skill that we should all hone as musicians. It's a very important thing to do, and I think we're getting that. So I wanted to thank everybody for participating and doing a very, very fine job. I'm looking forward to the concert immensely. Congratulations.
Hi, my name is Tabitha Tatro and I'm the woodwind sectional coach for Symphony Nova and PYA. I've been completely impressed with the level of musicianship that your students still managed to achieve despite this strange rehearsal process that we've gone through for the last couple of months. I'm sure most of you are in the similar situation where I'm realizing the last concert that any of us had was either February 28th, Leap Day of this year, or March 1st, which is crazy as musicians. Normally we would have had many concerts since then. So I'm really looking forward to hearing the finished product, all the kids together in this concert this evening. And I'm really looking forward to hopefully being back together again soon so that we can play in real life. Yay, instead of Zoom. Okay, I'll see you guys soon.
Greetings to one and all. I am Don Couch, the brass coach for the PYO training orchestras. Putting this concert together has been a great project. The musicians, with the help of the coaches, Sara and Katie Sablinski, who has worked tirelessly behind the scenes, have really accomplished something. We all have developed our knowledge and capabilities. As a coach, I have learned more about teaching remotely, but most importantly, the musicians have learned an incredible amount about working independently, about working in front of a camera, about listening critically to themselves play, and about presenting themselves in a format that will undoubtedly become more and more important as our reliance on technology increases in this digital society. So sit back and enjoy all that we have to offer.
Congratulations to all the PYO students on a lot of hard work this concert. It's been great seeing everybody on Monday nights, and we've really enjoyed getting everyone's video, and thank you for all of your hard work recording and making those and playing so well. And we're really excited to hear what the final product sounds like. Congratulations again. Thanks.
I am Felix Ma, and I am a first violin here at PYA. The PYA musicians are proud to present our fall virtual concert with Huapango del Oso by American composer Gabriel Musella. It's based on the style and form of the classic Huapango, which is a Mexican folk dance that is characterized by a complex rhythmic structure that mixes duple and triple meters to reflect the intricate steps of the dance. Huapango means on a wooden stand, as it is traditionally danced on a platform. Mr. Musella composed this piece to introduce the rich folk music tradition of our Mexican neighbors to young orchestra musicians.
If we were at the concert hall right now, we would probably have an intermission. But don't go away, I have an important message. I'm Phil Salsbury, board member and treasurer of the Peninsula Youth Orchestra. I'm here to tell you our annual fund drive is now in progress and to ask for your help. Even during normal times, we depend on donations to finance over 30% of our expenses. This year, the fund drive is more important than ever. For the first time in our history, due to the loss of concert ticket income and new video production expenses, we are forced to draw on our reserves to cover costs. Your donation will help us meet these financial challenges. To kick off our fund drive, the PYO Board of Directors will match individual donations received by December 31st, up to a total of $20,000. Thank you, PYO Board. And more good news, PYO is now able to accept donations charged to your credit card. Look for the donate link on our homepage at peninsulaYouthOrchestra.org. If you prefer to send a check, donation forms were mailed to our members and loyal friends earlier this month, and those forms can also be downloaded from our website. Whichever way is more convenient for you, by credit card or by check, all donations of any size are gratefully accepted. Donate before December 31st and your gift will be matched. Thank you. Now, let's hear from the PYO coaches about their experience this fall.
I'm here with 3 of the PYO coaches. We're visiting with Janet Witharm, Herman Gonzalez, and Bruce Foster, our cello coach, our brass coach, and our woodwind coach, respectively. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi there.
I want to thank you all and all of PYO coaches for adapting to a really odd and new experience of trying to help our young musicians learn to play orchestral music while they're sitting by themselves in their own rooms. And it's been a very interesting and challenging and sometimes frustrating process. So I'd like to get just a little bit of your experiences now that we've finished the last of the coaching sessions for the fall of PYO in 2020, about your observations. So first of all, what have each of you missed the most about our in-person rehearsals that we would normally have? Janet?
I think the obvious thing, which is I can't hear anybody play unless I listen to them individually, and usually it's too intense. I'm trying to problem solve. I really miss what I like to think of myself as like the triage doctor. So when I'm listening in person, I can tell where we have trouble, where it's much more difficult this way. I have to kind of assume where we have trouble.
Herman?
I really miss the dynamics of the group. Just when we're all together, there's a certain amount of energy that we all have when we play together, and you know, the sound of the ensemble, of the brass ensemble, is quite inspiring, you know, by itself, and we don't get that in the Zoom experience.
Bruce?
So the
yeah, go ahead.
The whole social idea is not there, and I know for most of these kids and for me, you know, I make music because it's a social outlet for me, and it's not the same.
Yeah, Bruce.
I totally agree, and I think one of the things I really miss about the in-person thing is, especially with these kids, with this age group, it's the interaction with them in a group setting, in a sectional setting. It's a little bit different than when they're in the orchestra rehearsal, because, you know, they're being good at listening and really participating as a larger group. But when we get into the woodwind section, and I'm sure this is true of the others too, there's a lot more of just kind of in the moment communication, questions. They're able to really ask questions. And I know that in the Zoom for almost everybody, there's a certain amount of kind of waiting and listening and sort of waiting your turn and waiting to be called on. And in the in-person, they're very dynamic and receptive and fun. And there's a little bit of that, you know, enjoyment of interacting with them that is kind of leached out of it because of the Zoom experience. But I'm really heartened actually at the resiliency of these kids, because there's so many reasons why some people might turn away from something like this. I can say that some of my private studio, you know, a handful of them just said, yeah, we're not going to do this, you know, and just drop out. And these kids are just like, no, they're in. They're in and they're working. And I feel very, very proud to work with them and get to do this.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The total commitment of everybody to be involved and to share this experience, no matter how weird it is. Everybody has showed up for all the rehearsals. They've submitted their videos with one or two late exceptions. And they have been, you know, I think they're missing music in school, and this is their musical outlet for many of them. And of course, many of them are taking lessons, and their lessons are on Zoom too, which is not ideal, or some other platform. But the commitment has been terrific. Thank you all. Great job. We appreciate your dedication and your high energy with all of the young musicians at PYO. Thank you.
It's been a great experience, so thank you.
Thanks.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Alexander Borodin is almost the perfect composer for PYO musicians because, like many PYO musicians and alumni, music for him was a second profession. He called himself a Sunday composer. His day job was as a chemist. He was a professor of chemistry, he was a medical doctor, and he was a founder of the first medical school for women in Russia. But we know him better today as one of the founders of the Russian School of Symphonic Composition, along with Balakirev and Mussorgsky and Rimsky-Korsakov and Cui. They invented what we now recognize as what sounds like a Russian style of symphonic composition using Russian folk elements and Russian stories and images and Russian poetry and Russian Orthodox Church elements. The finale of the Second Symphony is in sonata form, and he called it a bright and jubilant celebration, the conclusion of his Second Symphony, a heroic, fiery, energetic piece of music. And as I said, it's in symphonic sonata form, beginning with this introduction. Like an army of riders on horseback coming over a hill into the foreground. Which leads us into the exposition. The first theme, bouncy, optimistic, syncopated. This leads us into the lyrical second theme, like a Russian folk song. The development section expands on those two themes, but starts off in an unusual way, using the low brass instruments, sounding rather like a Russian Orthodox priest. Here it is. Then we have development of the first theme, like a dialogue between the different sections. Building and building. When we get to the development of the second theme, it's not that quiet, lyrical Russian folk song anymore, but a powerful, heroic, resounding statement. The development continues to build and build and build until it leads us into the recapitulation, which feels so much more like coming home after a long journey. Here we go. And we hear the same themes, first theme and then second theme. The last section is a coda. Starts off just like the introduction does, but it builds into a giant and glorious last flourish that ends Borodin's Second Symphony with triumph and exultation. And now enjoy the Peninsula Youth Orchestra's compilation video, the conclusion of our fall study, the finale of Borodin's Second Symphony. Enjoy.